I'm Mike. I'm the CEO at Watermill. Would you like to learn how we make the purest water on the planet? We've got a 12-step water perfection process. Let's break it down. Step 1 is a 5-micron filter. We remove solids that are larger than 5 microns. Why is that important? Well, a grain of sand is roughly 63 microns. So we're actually removing solids that are smaller than a grain of sand, because nobody wants grit in their water. The next step in that process is our ion exchange. What we're doing there is actually removing hard minerals like calcium, magnesium, iron. Why is that important? Just think about your own house. If you get white deposits around your shower or on your faucet or your coffee maker, even your iron, we're removing all of that out. Why? All of that affects the quality, taste, and color of the water you're drinking. So let's talk about the third part of our pre-treatment process. It's activated carbon. Most people are familiar with activated carbon because they may be using a carbon filter in their refrigerator or their freezer, or maybe they're even using a Brita filter in a water pitcher. That's a really great water treatment because what it does is it treats PFAS, lead, chlorine, pesticides, herbicides, dissolved gases, and it removes color and odor from the water. Why is that important? Well, nobody wants dirty looking water, and certainly nobody wants to drink chemicals in their water. The last step of our pre-treatment process is actually a 1-micron filter. Why is a 1-micron filter important? Well, if you think about it, we're removing solids that are now greater in size than 1 micron. 1 micron is smaller than a red blood cell in the human body. Red blood cells actually 6 to 8 microns in size. So that's the level of solids that we're removing from our water. So what we want to talk about today is the first step of our 4-stage primary water treatment process. So that's reverse osmosis. Why reverse osmosis? Reverse osmosis is actually considered one of the gold standards of water treatment. It removes PFAS, arsenic, nitrates, chromium, uranium, and a whole bunch of other chemicals from the water. Why is that important? Nobody wants chemicals in their water, do they? Step number 2 is ozonation. Why is ozonation important? Well, we are removing microorganisms, viruses, bacteria, algae, and a whole host of spores. Why? That's gross. The third step in our primary water treatment. That third step, it's simple, it's a taste and odor filter. This is where we polish the water. What are we doing there? We're removing any residual taste, odor, color that may be in the water. Why is that? Well, water shouldn't have an odor or a taste. It should be crystal clear and pure. Have you ever noticed your water being off color? Maybe it's milky white, maybe it's yellow, maybe it's even brown. Well, it shouldn't be any of those things, and it should never, ever, ever have an odor. Lastly, we've been talking about our 4 steps in a primary treatment. And today, we're going to talk about the last step in that process, which is UV disinfection or ultraviolet light disinfection. Why is that important? We're removing any remaining microorganisms, viruses, bacteria, algae, and spores. Why? Well, kind of gross. You don't want any of that stuff in your water. You never ever want to have your water make you sick. So that is our way of ensuring that you have the purest water on the planet. So the next thing we want to talk about is our post-treatment. We actually have 4 steps to our post-treatment of the water. It starts with our direct-to-consumer technology. Our direct-to-consumer technology is amazing because what it ensures is that no human hands ever come in contact with the water or ice that you consume. Why is that important? You don't want somebody's dirty hands in your water or ice. That's what you want in your body, clean, pure water. Step 2 in our post-treatment water process within our 12-step water perfection program. And that's 24-hour electronic monitoring. Why is that important? Well, our electronic monitoring is actually looking at the water quality each and every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It has a fail-safe detection system. So if it does not meet minimum standards or if our disinfection process is compromised in any way, it shuts the unit down and will not sell you or dispense any ice or water. Why? Because you want the purest water on the planet. We want to make sure you've got it. So step 3 is our freshness guarantee. This is really important because we want you to love your water and love your ice. If at any time you don't love the water or ice that you get from Watermill Express, please contact us because we're going to stand behind it 100%. We guarantee our water to ensure that you have the purest, safest water on the planet. So I'm Mike with Watermill Express. Thank you for taking the time to go through our 12-step water perfection process. Now that you know that we've got the best water on the planet, you probably want to figure out how to find us. It's really easy. Go to watermillexpress.com and just search by location or zip code wherever you are, or just use Apple Maps, Bing Maps, Google Maps, however you use your mapping software, you can find us. Very, very easy to do. We've got lots of locations, 1,300 locations from California to Florida. Look forward to seeing you soon.